contract away from the ceiling. Elbow back and forward transition. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. And open. And stretch. Come back. And cross over. Step on it. And hips up. Contract away. And elbow. Use the whole count to move, but don't get too slow. And point. Stretching up. And cross up. Over. Step on it. Stack your hips. Now press them up. Contract. And elbow. And forward. And that's it. We finished without music, but you guys are still beautiful. Okay, what is happening? I'm like choking myself with my Britney mic. And okay, beautiful. Very nice. Yes, I know that it's a little bit faster than what we've been doing. I still want you to move and take the whole count instead of bum, bum, bum. Have it be more syncopated, open. Especially for the 2 count ones where we're stretching. Keep stretching, keep stretching. Your hand only just makes it to 5th position before you're already coming up again. And I don't want like a rebound, but I don't want it to be sitting in a position for any length of time. Yes, Lily, that was beautiful. Very nice, Camille. Excellent. Okay, we're just going to do our small contractions. We have a bit of a introduction for this one. And we're just going to do slow, starting soles of the feet together, hands on shins or ankles, shoulders are back in a contraction, soft gaze forward. We're not back on our tailbone, we're still on our sits bones, but we're in a nice curved lower spine. Actually, I kind of want to talk about this very quickly. So can everyone lie on your back with your knees bent like you're about to do sit-ups? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to just rock your pelvis under. You feel how there's pressure in your heels and you're engaging your hamstrings, the back of your legs? That's not what I want. So what I want, maybe you're doing it this way, what I want is everything to be relaxed here, and all that's happening is this is contracting and scooping. And if you feel yourself, see, it's like completely loose muscle back here. Like pushing your belly button into the spine without grabbing onto your hamstrings, without pushing into your heels at all. Now, this should be the only thing that's contracted. Everything else is completely relaxed. And then it just keeps getting more and more intense until you have to lift your head up or bend your knees, okay? Yes. Very nice, Adelaide. So it's this, just a way to visualize it when you're sitting here. And this will help because if you're sitting here and you're trying to pull from your hamstrings and your heels and really push against to make that position, you're going to start grabbing in your hip flexors, and that is going to become painful, especially when we're on the floor sitting down so much. So with that in mind, let's keep our sits bones on the ground. We're going to contract just here, making a nice big beach ball here, energy, aura, whatever you want to call it. And our gaze is going to be soft forward, and we're just going to curl over for 2, release for 2, come back over and back to the center. So over for 2, we're going to go to the side for 2 and back to the center. And then the other side here. So what I just did is wrong. I love when I can do that. So from here, keep your opposite hip on the ground. Again, that will actually help release and open your hip so that you're nicely counterbalanced, and so you're also not pulling this way. Because as soon as you pull this way, this comes up. So you want to be nice and grounded, and then we're going to contract over for 2 and coming back. We're going to do it syncopated. 1 and 2 and 1, contract and out for 2, contract over and back. So 2 counts, 1 count, 1 count, and 2 counts, 1 count, 1 count. Then the other side for 2 and 1 and 1 and 1, 2 and 1 and 1. Then we're just going to do 1 count all the way through. 1 and out and 1, center. 1 to the left and 1, center. 1 other side, contract 1 and center. And we're going to go forward slowly and forward and end in our high release. Okay? So 2 counts, center, left, right. Second time through. 2 counts, 1 count, 1 count. 2 counts, 1 count, 1 count. Front, side, side. Then we're going to do 1 count, 1 count, 1 count, and up to finish. All right? Let's do this. Nice and lifted up, relaxing your knees down. And we're going to contract. Really feel your entire rectus abdominis, your transverse, everything. And we're lifting up in our elbows, just like we were talking about earlier. And there's a small intro. So here we go. And 1, 2, release through every vertebra over. And pull back. Shoulders over hips. And spiral. Anchor yourself in your pelvis. Coming back. And over. And out. Reach, reach. And up. So it's slow. For 2. Release. Contract. Release. For 2. Contract. Come back. 2. Forward. 1 count. 1 count. And 2 for that release. Keep going. Contract. And back. 2. Release. Contract. Release. And forward. Simple 1 count. 1. Release. Contract. Come back. Over. Release. And back. Over. Release. Back. Now go through the center to finish. High release. Chest. Head. Hold. Camille, lift your arms up just a little bit. Yes, beautiful. Okay, let's go stretch up and over. Maybe pull on your feet, work on those hammies. Vertebra side to side. Very nice. Okay, now we're gonna do our deep stretches. So there's gonna be an 8 count intro, and we're gonna just do these in 1 count. So I'm speeding everything up today, in case you hadn't noticed. So nice demi-second, just a little bit over 90 degrees. I have my arms in a nice first position, lifting up in my elbows, and just facing the palms down. So we're gonna flex and press away. This is the one time you're allowed to flex and like really feel the floor in the exact opposite way that I was just telling you to do. So don't you love that? Okay, so contract and over. Release, point the toes and up. Contract and over to the left and back. So, Ruben, could you help me for a second? Nope, just kidding. I was going to have him pull me from my elbow just so you guys could have a visual, but he's not going to do that. So from the side, think of somebody pulling you back. Maybe I'll have my cat do it. One and over and other side, pulling back, and one in the diamond shape. Two, side, two, other side, and really make sure that when we're in both this position and this position, there's no cocking of the hands. We're not doing anything super fancy. It's just right along the line. If it helps you think of this instead of a diamond, thinking of it as a square so that this is a nice straight line, that helps sometimes. Okay, so we did this development. We've done V for victory. And now we're going to come back. One and over. Front. One and over to the left. And one and over to the right. And we're going to stay in our wonderful Queen Elizabeth on a pound coin. Directly side, nose over, shoulder over, hip over, knee. Just looking as royal as you possibly can. Yes? Sorry. I should not touch my mic. One count for everything with the developments in second, diamond, V, and then all together. All righty, let's start. Second position. Shoulders over hips. Let's get a nice lift in our elbows, palms facing down, really pressing yourself up and out. Don't lift them up too high, because otherwise you can't really push down. Just lowering it half an inch can really help you feel lifted out of your spine. Okay? We're going to have a bit of an intro. Here we go. Six, seven, eight. One. Over. Front. Center. One. Over. Pull your elbow back. One. Over. Other side. Transition. One. Over. Flat wrist. One. Two. Coming back. One. Still feel that elbow. One. Reaching as high as you can go. It's that same stretch from the open leg front combo. Here and up. Together. Over. Contract. Over. Spiral. Get ready for that dramatic finish. Both shoulders are back in your back, but you're spiraling around. Yes, Julie. Very nice. Very nice, Leela. Great. Thank you. Beautiful job. Make sure at the very end, you guys were really good about lifting your arm, or I could see the air underneath your elbows for the first couple of developments. Make sure that when you bring your arms in to touch your ankles for the ones where our soles of the feet are together, make sure you're not drooping them in. You still want them to be lifted up and out. Yes. Very nice. And not pulling You don't want to get there by pulling, just have them like floating. Yes. Beautiful. Very nice, Camille. Very nice, Adelaide. Wonderful. Okay, let us go to our feet coming forward. There's a 4-count introduction. So both feet are on the walk. We're sitting up tall, arms in first position. And we're going to start. There's a 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go out for 2, point slow, flex slow, and tendu, and point and flex, and coming back. This should look familiar. And slow, tendu, and point and flex and back. And we're going to go 2, 3, and Giselle. Point, turn in, flex, turn out, point, turn in, flex, turn out, reverse. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to come up for 2, and we're going to exhale for 2. I'll do this from the side so you can really see. For the when you're coming back in to do the breathings, you don't necessarily have to bring your feet back in as much as you had them before. It actually can help to have them farther forward. So we came up 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulders over hips, gaze down. Inhale, point the feet, and exhale, flex the feet. Inhale for 2, and exhale for 2. Inhale with the arms, and exhale. And inhale. This is the nice scoop that we were talking about a couple weeks ago. And we're going to just open it to our second. And we're going to go straight into our long leans. So that's the arm is coming down first, fifth. At the same time, you're flexing your foot. Think of your toe and your knee all being pulled up in 1 count. So that's 1. We're going to spiral 2, and we're going to release and hold. And 1. And spiral and out and hold. 1 and 2 and out and hold. 1 and 2 and out. Hold. Make sure we're not going forward. If anything, try to think of your torso going straight side. Your aplamon is going to be a little bit more diagonal front, but if you think of your body actually going side, it'll end up being over your leg instead of forward and flexing in your back. You want it to really be here. Okay? So 4 slow, and then we're going to do 8 quickly. So 1, 2, 1, 2. When I say quickly, it is a bit slower, so you could break it down and still do the 4 counts. But what I really want to see this time is I want you to go 1, and then the spiraling and the release are going to happen at the same time. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So instead of 1 and 2, we're just going up, out, up, out. Okay? We're going to do that 8 times. Then we're going to do 4 through the center, slow. 1, 2, up and open. 1, 2, up and open. 1, 2, up and open. 1, 2, and finish. Okay? Starting. Feet coming forward. Out for 2. Point. Flex. Tendu. Tendu. Point. Flex. Coming back. 1, 2, and point. And point. Sorry, that's a flex. And 1 and 2. Coming back. This is a 4 count transition. Arms up on 3, and here on 4. Point, turn in, flex, turn out. Point, turn in, flex, turn out. Reverse. Turn in, point, turn out, flex, turn in, point, turn out, flex. Another 4 count transition. We're going to lift up for 2. We're going to exhale 1 and 2. 2 breathings, low arms. 2 breathings with the high arms, but the second one is going to open into our alisacone, straight for the long leans. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then faster, 8 slower, 4 through the center. I'll call it out. You guys know it. Let's do this. Yosh is laughing, but like, you know it. It's the same combination. That's Graham. It's okay. Let's press through our heels. It is, yes, Lemon. The name of the song is Lemon Wedge in the Sky. And we have a nice 4-count intro. Here we go. Let's get a nice first position, lifting up in the elbows, chin down slightly. Okay, and 1, 2, and point, and flex, tendu, tendu, point, and flex, coming back, out. Really go through the metatarsals, and left, and right. Point, flex, 4 counts, transition, 3, and 4. Point, in, flex, out. Point, in, out. I should still see you guys lifting when you turn out. 1, 2, exhale. Inflate your spine. Now with the arms. Exhale away from the ceiling. Open up. We're going to do our long leans. 1. Spiral. Reach, reach, reach. 1. And spiral. Really anchor your hips. Out. Don't drop your arm there, Adelaide. Reach up and out, up and out. Yes, beautiful. 1, 2. Open. 1. All together. Yes. Spiral more, Camille. Not bending. Keep your spine straight. Yes. Center. Chest up. Center. And up. Don't curve your spine here. You want to keep it nice and long. Last one. And up. Very nice. Camille, so I think, because it was really nice when you were doing it slower, but I think when you got faster, you got a little bit timid. And so what you were doing was you were going here, here, instead of here, here. So you see how my spine is actually like staying straight and it's just going off of my axis instead of, doing a cambray side. Yes, you don't even have to go that far. And don't think about your head going. Your head's going to make that nice position. It's going to follow the spine. Yes, yes, beautiful, beautiful. Yes. Very nice, Adelaide. And the correction that I gave to Adelaide goes for all of you guys. You're doing very, very well. But something to keep in mind, as you're going open, our natural tendency when we're, doing ballet is to open, come to second, and out. But for this, we don't want to drop to alsacone. We want to reach up and out, and that'll help keep this nice and long. And it'll help keep your weight that way. Yes, very nice, Hannah. Try keeping your weight a little bit farther back. You're beautiful, and then at the very end, you're coming forward just a little bit. Yes, go straight side. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Yes. That's really nice, Julie. Your torso is in a very nice position. Turn your head the other way. It should be towards your elbow. So up and spiral towards the elbow. I cannot see her anymore, but that is okay. Hopefully she got that. Everyone else, very nice. Oh, she's back.
So in this one, do we have the sternum up or is it just straight?
When you're spiraling, generally there is a natural tendency to have that high release, but it's not the same thing as, you know, forward and chest up. You're not trying to have like a high arch in your back. It's just lifted. Because if you just turn and go out, it's going to be very cramped. You have to make room for your spine to spiral. You have to give it as much, yes. The other thing is, because your shoulder is coming back to spiral, it feels like your chest is coming up. But that's actually just the action of the spiral. Yes. Good question. Wonderful. Okay, you ready for some turns around the back? Getting up on our hip, back leg up, front leg into a nice fourth position. English. You would think it wasn't my first language, but it is. We're going to spiral all the way around to the back, just doing a very simple, straightforward, what we've been doing. Hip, waist, shoulder, head. Hip, waist, shoulder, head. Keeping our hands in a nice demi-second, and then coming up. For this one, it's okay to forget about the lifted elbows, but what I do want you to think about is really keeping your shoulders in line and keeping your arms in line with your shoulders. Something that tends to happen, and maybe you've noticed it when I demonstrate it, is when we start the spiral around with a port bras, sometimes it can look like I'm going like this. But that's simply because my hip is moving.
I cannot hear you. I don't know if I'm the only one.
Okay. Oh, they just said it came back on.
Is the light blue?
Yes, the light is blue. Am I back? Great. Brittany's back. Okay, so I'll say this again. If our arm is in second position and we go through low first, high first, and fifth, it's staying on our shoulders. It's staying in the same plane. But what's happening when we're going around is, since our hips are moving before our waist and our shoulders, there's going to be a little bit of overlap. So if you feel like you're like this when you're supposed to be in first position, that's okay. Don't try to it's supposed to go kind of that way. It's not going to be a perfect first position, because if you notice, if you try to do a first position, your shoulders have to be that direction, in which case you're not actually trailing anything. So that was just something that I've noticed, especially for my Trinas out there. It's an automatic reaction. We really just want to come to first position, but then our shoulders have moved to be in the same line and we're not getting the same kind of spiral around. All right? Okay, so we're going to do 4 counts, no arms. We're going to float the arm up for that last one. And then we're going to do 2 faster, 2, and then we're going to add the other arm. Same thing we've been doing. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pitch forward for 2, come up for 2, and over for 2, coming back and reach out. You can come up if you would like. 1, 2. Come back, around, and forward, and up, and over. Spiral back and around. Make sure when you guys are coming back and around, you're really coming back to your starting position. I'm guilty of this too, but sometimes we have this nice stretch happening and we come back and our leg is out here and we're not really in the right spot and we just kind of go with it. But really make sure that your heel, this is going to really protect your knee. Your heel is as close to your butt as you possibly can get when you're in this contraction back. So then you can launch yourself forward. And then if you're on carpet like me, it's really hard to push back to this. So it is okay to bring it back, but do bring it back to this position. I really don't want to be responsible for hurt knees. All right? And we're just going to finish with a final pitch. You're going to test your balance. I'm not going to make you do the développés because I know it's been a couple weeks. And I'm evil, but not that evil. All right, let's make sure we have our nice square here. We're spiraling up and over towards our back shoulder. Oh, the sun just came out. That's so nice. Spiraling back towards the sun. And I don't think there is no intro, so here we go. 2, 3, head 4. Leave your shoulders and your head as long as possible. Waist, shoulders, head, and the arm faster now. 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and the other arm. Last fast one. Slow it down. 2, 3, head 4 and over. Spiral and bend. Back heel to the butt and out. Reach, reach, reach. Keep reaching. Come back down to the center. Flashing purple and red, all of the colors. Ooh. Okay, can you hear me? We good? I might be a little bit off the music. I will try my darndest to not count too much because I know that that is a horrible feeling as dancers. So, what was I saying? Oh, I was talking to Julie about the pitching forward. Make sure that your head is in line with your spine, because what happens is if you just even have it up just a little bit, your weight's going backwards. And that's just literally shifting your head and tilting your chin down, even just like an inch, and suddenly you actually have your weight in a spot where you can lift up. And you can also bend forward more too. Yes. And it's okay if your leg doesn't come off the ground. As long as you're feeling that, yeah, getting that nice butt. Yes, beautiful. Yeah, it's only like a centimeter, it's only like an inch, but having your head in line with your spine, it makes all the difference. Okay, let us go to the other side. Let's dance through it. Make sure that as we're coming around the arms, we're actually coming all the way down. We're not just cutting across to first position. We are coming down to low fifth. And I know that feels weird when you're sitting on the ground, like, why? Because there's a floor there. But no, you really do want to come all the way through the center. Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, let's get into our nice, safe position. Spiraling towards our back shoulder. Trying to look at my new dining room. And here we go. Sorry, I couldn't hear it. Here we go. You were just like, what a looking face I would make. Okay, we're just going to do back leg extensions. And we're going to do it with our nice spiraling pleating, which I'm going to start with. I'm going to start talking about this. So, face the camera, have your knees together, sitting on your sits bones. We're going to point our feet, reach out in front of you with your palms facing up. Now, give your best gram hand, nice little cupped position, and you're reaching straight forward. That's always where you want to be reaching. You don't want to reach up, you don't want to reach down. As you're going down, it's always going to be parallel to the floor. Doesn't matter where your spine is, doesn't matter where your spiral is, and this is the same when we're going to do pleatings at the end of the day. So, the way this happens is your knees are going to go to one side, and your arms are going to go the other way. and you're going to lower down, and that is the spiral pleating. That makes it sound a lot simpler than it is. When we're in the combination, so we're here, think of your knees going that way because your head is already turning this way. So whichever way your head's going, your knees are going in the opposite direction. Yes, 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 yes. Hopefully that helps a little bit, because I remember last time I kind of just threw it at you guys and you were like, and we don't want that. All right, okay, we're gonna start in fourth position. Starting 1, hold 2, développé, no arm, and spiral for 2, and coming back. 1, hold 2, développé, lift the arm. This is a nice elbow feeling again. Spiral, and coming back. You'll notice that the hip, waist, shoulder, head sequence happens throughout Gram. Something here to think about is after we've extended, your hip is the first thing to spiral, and then your waist, then your shoulders, and then your head turns. So your head doesn't turn before your shoulders turn. It's the last thing that happens, okay? Just trying to bring some continuity. So we just did 1, 2, 1, 2, spiral, back. 1, 2, out, 2, spiral, back. We're gonna go out in 1 count. 1, hold 2, and first, 5th, spiral, come back. 1, hold 2, and first, and 5th, contract away. Coming back to that nice robot arm. And we're gonna go 1, and 2, 3, hold 4, arm, arm and leg, and open, hold. 1, and 2, 3, hold 4, 1 arm, arm and leg, and open. Now keep your head that way, knees go that way. 1, and 2, and 3, down on 4. We're gonna do a high release. 1, 2, down 3, 4. We're gonna slowly, it doesn't start in a spiral. Every pleating always starts from the center, even the ones where we rock side to side. So it's gonna start 1, and then 2, 3, 4. We're gonna turn, so sorry, facing this way. Turn, 5, open 6, head and arms 7, hold 8. Now contract, 2, and 3, down 4. 1, and 2, and 1, and 2. We're gonna contract 1, spiral, 3, 4, turn, 5, 6, and 7. And that's where we're gonna finish. Okay, are we good? I'm seeing thumbs up. I'm seeing Yosh going, You always do that, but then you look beautiful, so. Okay, we ready? I'll call it out as loudly as I can. If you can't hear me or you forget the combination, just start improvising and feeling fabulous. All right? Okay, let's spiral. We're gonna start, there's no intro. So the very first thing that we're doing is we're hitting this little nice position, weight on that back arm, knee is up, and we're looking straight out, okay? Yes, here we go. 2, out, 2, and spiral, coming back, 1, out in 1 count, 2, flex the air, press the ceiling away, spiral, big arm circles, look, sure what's happening. Uh-oh. Yeah.
There we go. Now we can see you. Perfect.
I thought we were done with all of the technical difficulties back at the old place, but you know, that was very nice. Lily, I saw you when we were doing the arm this way. I saw you start to turn your head and then stop because you remembered. So really make sure that when we come here and we open, it stays facing, facing, facing. As soon as your shoulders can't go anymore, then that's when your head turns away. Okay? Great. Adelaide and I are fixing our hair, and then we're gonna go to left side. Okay, let's stretch out. Make sure we're nice and warm. Get into this nice position, spiraling up and around to the back, elbows lifted. And here we go. 2, and out. Hips, waist, shoulders, head. Coming back. 1. Yes, Lily. One arm, 2 arms. Moving through water, big arms. Left. And spiral your head where it is, reaching forward. And then release. Contract, spiral. Coming up, turning. Contract, spiral. Release. And round. Very nice. Something I'm realizing I didn't tell you guys is when you're turning, so you have your hands on one side of your knees, yes? So you're in this position as you're coming up. When you turn, they go to the other side. Leela, I think you turned the wrong way. Your knees should go in the opposite. Yes, beautiful. It should actually help. Yes. Very nice. What time is it? I have no idea. Okay. We are going to do our pleatings. So, thinking of that same thing we were talking about earlier, where the contraction is happening in the abs, not in the back of the legs, not in your heels, not in your butt, although the butt does help to support things. We're going to start feet stretched out. They don't have to be like super pointed, but this kind of helps. We're going to start contract, 2, and down. Keeping your knees together. 1, 2, and down. We're going to do this 4 times. 1, 2, and down. And 1, 2, and down. We're going to come up with 4. 1, 2, up, 3, 4, and same thing I was talking about earlier. We're not lifting it up this way. It's always parallel with the ground. 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3, 4, and over. 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to add our spirals. 1, 2, and back, down, down stage, 2, and down, up stage, 1, 2, and down, down stage, 1, 2, and up. And we're going to do, instead of an 8 count, well, I guess it's still technically an 8 count, we're going to go up 1, 2, our head doesn't leave the ground until 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, other side, 1, 2, 3, your head up is going to come before 3, that's okay. 1, 2, 3, and down. Okay? So straight on, 4 on 2, 2 on 4, then we're going to do 2 on each side, and then 1 on 4 on each side. All right? I want to see those 6-packs, you guys. I got a nice 6-pack. I went grocery shopping today. Super excited. Anyways. Yes. There is no introduction. Here we go.
Wait for you.
Oh, and sorry. Release. Abs on. Few more. Abs, shoulders down. More. On 4, here we go. Here's really good stuff. Down stage. Your knees together. One more on 2. Slow it down. Open. Contract. Release your head. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. Woo. You guys have really improved with that one. I'm not seeing any flexing back anymore, which makes me very happy because that just looks painful. Okay. Thank you guys so much. It's so nice to be back. I've missed you all. It's been a crazy couple of weeks over here. Mwah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys, well done.